And everybody, what's good? I'm gonna have to make this quick because I ain't got but a 9% charge on my phone. I mean, on my tablet here. And my phone seems to have. I was typing this. Brings me to my point. Information technology. I was trying to record a video. It looked like it was recording. You know what I'm saying, on the cell phone. Then all of a sudden, it just stopped. Right, and there was no record of the video. Right, and again, it's saying my phone is at capacity for storage, and so therefore it's not operating properly. This is the default on every activity when you're utilizing these devices. If your storage gets to be to a certain capacity, they can lock down all of your activity on that you're using on your devices, and it's an excuse to be able to do that. Is what I've arrived at. Um, it's a very sad situation. What I was stating, again, it may not have been something that was a popular topic, but I have to address it. I was stating, and I had arrived at a simplification, a a simple explanation as to why I'm in this situation that I'm in and how it could be addressed in common terms, so someone else can understand it with a fourth grade education. Okay, NWA, they were introduced back in the 80s, right? At the late 80s, right? 1987, 88, around that time, right? At the time, we were at a heightened awareness of police, uh, corruption. They were having some issues within the Police Department, LAPD, and they were telling everybody, "Look, if y'all don't do something about this, it's gonna be mutiny in these neighborhoods out here. We're gonna have riots," and that is exactly what happened. And it wasn't long period after that until it actually happened. Now, I'm not a government conspiracist. I'm not a nonconformist. I have lived and worked in this area for 32 years. Okay, I am telling you, and again, it's specific to information technology as to why I'm not working, and I have been breadcrumbed all the way down to being homeless on the street because of information technology, right? And this thing with storage and as an aging, with me being a woman of a certain age, 50 and above, it seems as though the groups that are being targeted for elimination due to our overpopulation or wherever, right, by the new leadership and the changing of the guard as our elders are dying off, right, that introduced or created information technology and got it to where it is now as they are dying off. Those people that were initially a part of it, the morals and ethics and values that Americans in the free world instituted, and this is not being. They're moving towards the new world order or one world government kind of thing, as stated in Revelations, which is why Almighty God is assembling all of His soldiers together. You know what I'm saying? Um, but anyway, I digress. I'm trying to get to the point here. Uh, NWA, they warned of what was happening. God has placed me in a situation and put it in my spirit, which is why I came on here to tape this, to ensure that it indeed was on tape, regardless of what they did with the cell phone and how they're saying that it's at, capacity or whatever. Um, it's kind of like a warning for the information technology. I cannot get a job. There's no way that you should not be able to operate in actual life if you're not able to operate in virtual life, right? I had a Yahoo account that was over 24,000 emails on it. I had it since the year 2000, right? You can go and retrieve that information. I tried to unlock it once it had been hacked, right? Um, and it consisted of everything that I had as far as every email that I ever had. I would have the Federal Bureau of Investigations go and pull the account. The thing about it is, once y'all establish the cloud for all of these cell phones and computer information technology, you had, you had all of this information was available to be on record before y'all started charging for storage and stating that you can lock it down to where you're unable. And what happens is you have to go and establish a new account if you forget your password and all this other kind of stuff, right? It's to keep you from having reference to the prior information that you had, because you can't, they don't have a customer service department that you can call and get tech support to navigate you through unless you pay for it. Everything has a dollar amount attached to it. People are only going to operate in what's free. They don't have the money, right, to go to jump through all these hoops. So you go and establish a new email account because it's the easiest thing for you to do, right? Y'all, I have not been able to access my information online. There have been other entities that have been attempting to do so with me at job fairs. There are other sets of eyes that have witnessed this. There are other sets of human resource departments that have been unable to access my information for, as I'm applying for jobs and things like that. I had 8 job offers that someone hacked into my account and obtain the information. This is how they're doing. I'm telling you, your intellectual property is under siege. The way that they were telling you, NWA was telling you back in the 80s, fuck the police, because they was having problems and they wanted to bring awareness to the police department, the LA Police Department. I'm telling you, the Lord has placed in my spirit that all of this kind of like is about what I'm going through. If I didn't say anything, you know what I'm saying, I'm on some fucked up information technology. While it is a, it has its wonderful attributes that it brings to our life, it is too intricately woven in our lives to where we can't operate in actual life. If someone wanted to take you out and kill you, cancel culture is real. But it's like a death for real. Because if you can't operate online, it's a movie called Enemy of the State where Will Smith actually explored this. This was the storyline. It is actually happening. And again, movies are sometimes a foreshadowing of what's to come. So I'm telling you, my life, I'm having an enemy of the state type of situation. So to the naked eye, if you're on the street, and I just had a gentleman that was talking to me that worked for IBM for 32 or 34 years. So I know he know what I'm talking about. And I know if he was making that kind of money working at IBM, like he said, he could have been on the board of directors or whatever, that he's part of the powers that be. I see this man every morning catching the bus, going wherever it is that he's going. It's not lost on me. People, I'm not slow. You know what I'm saying? You see, if I have the intellectual prowess that I do, why the hell am I out here like this? It has nothing to do with the fact that I don't have the wherewithal to obtain employment. So there's something else wrong with this picture. And I'm telling everybody involved, there is something else wrong with this. There is no way that I could walk into a establishment and get a job. This is not something that we can do anymore, right? You very well can be how you can say it, blackballed and put the word on the street that this person cannot get a job, whereas before it was just word of mouth. Now it's word of mouth, and it's also information technology. You can't get employment to where you're out here looking homeless, and it gives the perception that this person is not mentally astute, right? So that's what's going on with me. So if you see me moving, He was like, "Oh well, what's the plan? What's the plan?" And, he's had attempted to have conversations with me, but because of the things that I'm posting online, y'all, you know that there is something wrong with this, right? There's something wrong with this picture. And as far as me being forthcoming with information for the police, there are secret societies that are attached to the police department, and I know this, and so it's common knowledge now with everybody. I'm sure, um, you know, internal affairs is possibly involved looking at all of this stuff. Um, you know, I don't want my name on nobody's witchcraft altar, which is already there. You know what I'm saying? And so when I see cops that I know that I haven't seen before, that are working this beat, that are asking me for my information, my date of birth and all this here, this is the stuff they using on witchcraft altars. So I'm not just, and because you wear a badge and because you walk up to me, I have to provide you with the information, or I'm looking like I'm doing something wrong, right? As far as asking for my name, they do have the right to ask for your name and ask for your date of birth. So, whatever that situation is. So any officer can pull up on you from anywhere and ask you for that, right? That doesn't mean that they're within the jurisdiction to do so. And if you've never seen them before, be leery is all I'm saying. Because these people, they operate in these secret societies and they're not above board, right? And so, I back the blue. You know what I'm saying? I was raised to respect the police. I was with the Charlie's Angels group. You know what I'm saying? I don't have the wherewithal to wear a badge. You know what I'm talking about? Because you have to be called to be an officer to me and by Almighty God. You know what I'm saying? Okay, this person is a cop. They've been a cop since day one. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't called to that. As far as my with the work, the Lord, where He led me in spirit, right? But I'm telling you, because I worked in loss prevention for financial institutions, so looking for fraud and things like that. So to a certain capacity and extent, there are things because of my ethical stance on life. You know what I'm saying? The outlook and how God built me. So it's a sad situation. I'm telling y'all. You know how they sounded the alarm when NWA came out and everybody was like, "Fuck the police." Well, Ice-T made Cop Killer and all of this other kind of stuff, and they were artistically expressing what indeed occurred, what was happening around them. I am telling you, and if I have to write a song about this, you don't want me to. Like, seriously, because information technology is going to be the downfall of our civilization if y'all do not get ahead of the moral compass behind it that's driving it. These people are not ethically sound at all. Whereas before, you got the majority of the police, they put their feet on the floor every morning and they here to protect and serve the community. God called them to that position, right? And they are serious about what it is that they do. They are not corrupt in any way. You have people like that, right? And then you have, people that there are bad apples in every bunch is what I'm saying. With the information technology, everybody, the majority of the people are on the tape. They ain't got no moral compass at all. If we don't get ahead of that, it's gonna destroy us. It has destroyed my life for the last 7 years. I'm serious. There's no way I could physically walk into a job fair, apply for a job, do so on a cell phone that isn't mine, right? I use somebody else's phone. Do so at their kiosk because it's not, after applying using their cell phone, they didn't show a record of it popping up in their databases for the recruiters. They were like, okay, yeah, this is strange. And I had already applied there twice. So when they pulled my information, they were like, we're going to have you fill it out in the office here. I did it on a desktop, unable to access it. I went to Workforce Solutions and tried to apply there where they were using the new QR codes and this, that, and the other. I could not navigate the information, and nobody there knew how to assist me or give technical support regarding how to navigate their. I had never. That was my first interaction with QR codes for job search, job search application. Trying to do that, and if you're going to Workforce Solutions, we're there to offer these it's like the unemployment office, right? So for those that are older, if you can't go and seek employment with these organizations, and these are supposed to be your resources, and you make it to where it's not user friendly and that it's hard to navigate, and for those that are not updated on their skills, their technological background, yeah, you're going to have a problem, right? So this is the problem that I'm experiencing, and with my level of experience and skills and my skill set, there is no way I should be sitting on a park bench unable to work. And it's due to information technology, and it has been this way for the last 7 years. I have been locked out of it, right? Whenever I set up passwords on accounts and stuff like that, they are all of a sudden don't work. So it makes it look as though you are the issue as the person, as opposed to, it's like you can't navigate it, honey. You're too old. That you're looking at somebody that knows how the basic structure works for information technology. I went to school for it. Those principles do not change, right? They may advance. They may be improved upon. Enhancements may be made, upgrades, so to speak, to where they're always having you to update your information. You know what I'm saying? But the basic principles still apply. There is no way that I could have 24,000 emails with Yahoo and someone hacked the account, and then I'm not able to get back in the account that has, they're wanting me to change my password and all this other kind of stuff. This happened with the onset of COVID. I'm telling you. So this is not a game, you guys. If I have to go to civil court with this, it would be a multi-million-dollar case, and it would be a situation where it would change the course of how information technology is even instituted for whatever reason. New legislation and things like that would be passed, because I'm telling you, there is no way I should be in this situation at all. So for those that are looking at me from the outside and in the physical world, and they're saying, why is she here on this corner and then over here on this? It doesn't look like she's trying to do anything. To the public, it looks like I'm a bum on the street, right? And it looks like I'm not trying, or I can't forget my previous experience and just starting a new profession. None of that is the case. That's bullshit, right? I can roll up my sleeve and work anywhere. I can't even get an entry-level position with my first and last name applying online. There is no, recruiters are unable to pull it, my name at all. I don't know if it is the correlation. And the reason that's how I was going to the feds, not to be a snitch, but my birthday is on 9/11. I don't know if it's a correlation with that, because I'm over 50 and my birthday was 9/11, and that is when they start to prepare you. They don't want to give you the high level, the larger salaries, so they start cutting you off from things, But honestly, y'all got to get ahead of this, because if you don't, you can't blackball people because they over a certain age and they make a certain dollar amount. You can't do that. It's too blatant, and there are laws against it governing that situation in this country. You cannot do that. But again, I digress. I've gotten the information that I needed to on tape now. I'm telling you though, just like NWA was telling you, fuck the police. and trying to bring awareness to the situations that were occurring on the grassroots level in America, in LA, specifically LA at that time. I'm telling you, information technology has grasped on this area where I am now, to where anybody that's a power that be can go in and lock up a person's life this way and have them in mental institutions, have them homeless on the street, or have them look as though they're just missing from the world, right? It's like so and so has been missing. We ain't seen them since so and so. And they very well may be homeless on the street somewhere or being sex trafficked or any damn thing, all because of information technology. They have the ability to alleviate people without, and the people will be standing physically in front of you, and they have a non-existence online. So that's what it's come to, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. Yeah, I'll continue. Excuse me, that attacking my throat chakra here. But y'all continue to be blessed and be you. I have done my diligent duty and part and been obedient to the Holy Spirit, because God was like, you gotta get this out to these people, so they know what your problem is. They know what's going on. I cannot get a job because I can't do a basic application online that is attainable by recruiters for me to get a job of any kind. Right? You got this now? And if I'm physically standing in front of them, the first thing that they say is, "Oh no, you have to go online and apply." So you tell me, what's the situation with that? That why is it that only certain people can have access to anything? This is equal opportunity employment. We are the land of that. There are laws governing it. It isn't even posted in most buildings or for employment wherever you go. These people don't even have it posted. It used to be illegal. They had to have it out to where you can see it. Equal opportunity employment. No discrimination based on age, gender, none of that. Right? Y'all, we are losing the American way of life. I'm gonna just leave it at that. Y'all, it's not being done. It doesn't matter. I'm telling you, it's terrible. It's terrible. And then the corrupt nature of those that are inheriting the leadership of the free world. They have no idea what they've done. They're instituting their morals and ethics, and they were not hard pressed and firmly or sternly developed as far as character when they were being reared. We got to the gentle parenting, and so that whole aspect, because we felt our parents were too hard on us, was lost. And so you got people walking around here with their moral compass is I'm telling y'all, it's a sad situation to watch, right? So for the gentleman that worked at IBM for 34 years, that knows about information technology, and if you were working at IBM in that type of situation, you know what that money looked like for him when he was there, right? And if he's being asked to sit on boards and things like that, it's not lost on me who he is, and him catching the bus right here every day, right? Y'all, you don't know who I am either. So with me seeing what's going on here, trust me, you know what I'm saying? You do not want to fool with this situation. If you have the wherewithal, or you make reporting back to somebody, and you walk in the streets because you are of a certain age, you talking about you built yourself back up after being homeless or whatever, your situation is not mine. And you need to know, since you come from IBM and the IT background, that you can't lock up technology like this to where people can't work. And so therefore there are laws governing this for this country, is what I'm saying. And whomever did this to me, these will be landmark decisions if they go to court. Because I am not supposed to be in this situation. There's too many things that I can do. My health is not an issue. I am a healthy person. Mentally, I have no issues at all. So you trying to make anyone trying to present a case like that is gonna be in for a rude awakening. That's all I can tell you. But I'm gonna go ahead and